The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
And Adam Cavalier alongside Carson-Newman head football coach Mike Turner. Mike, what a day for the offense. More than 600 yards of total offense, more than 500 on the ground. What about the job that those guys did to operate efficiently and effectively?
Well, I thought it was another day, Adam, that on offense, on defense, and in the kicking game, our kids played well. I love it. We didn't punt, did we?
Nope.
I love it even better, and that makes a punt's a plus on the goal thing. So, but I thought all three parts of our game were there again today. It's an exciting day.
On homecoming too, you get the job done on homecoming in front of a bunch of Eagle alums, a lot of fans in the stands. What about the day in general to have this kind of performance with a lot of people who matter a lot to this program and to you in the stands?
Well, we talked to our kids this morning. Those people have come back, and gosh, I talked to people that played in the early '50s, those kind of things, and it's awesome the tradition that Carson-Newman University has, and the people love the university. They love the athletic department, the program, football, and they come back here to watch. They have set the tradition, and we wanted our kids to understand they got a responsibility to that tradition, but they're writing their own book. They're writing their own legacy. And what a great time in the last 3 weeks to start writing the right kind of chapters for that legacy.
Nearly did some things today that hadn't been done in a long time. Very by the narrowest of margins. Came about 8 yards away from having 4 people rush for 100 yards for the first time since 2003. Antonio Wimbush with more than 140, then Sharon Jackson, Derek Evans, Marcus Williams all finished between 92 and 97. What about the balance and effectiveness you were able to attain on the ground from a variety of different guys?
Well, I think that goes back to the option. I think that's what the option provides you, so that you're going to have a quarterback and 2 running backs that are going to have yardage. Gosh, I was very proud of the way they played hard, our quarterbacks, and they're a weapon in themselves because we keep telling them it is a triple option. And they've done a great job of executing that, and our running backs were on fire today. And evidently when that happens, then the offensive linemen are coming off the ball, and they're getting their job done as well. And here's where we've got the most improvement. There's no question. Is out on the perimeter. Our perimeter blocking is much, much improved. And I look down the field today at times, and gosh, there's a receiver got a guy, and he's working his way like crazy legs in there and still keeping leverage on the defensive back.
There's several times today where Romaine Kelly was the guy as a freshman.
Absolutely.
He's started to come into his own, not only as a receiver, but I think on all 3 of your 50-plus yard runs today, he had a guy push down the field 20 to 30 yards off the line of
absolutely.
scrimmage.
Romaine Kelly is going to be a special player. He's already a special player to us, but he's going to get better and better as he goes along in his career, and we're excited for him and where he came from and what he brings to that football team. We've got some young guys in there that are getting some great playing time right now, and that's only going to make us better down the line.
Adam Cavalier alongside Mike Turner on the Domino's post-game report. Defensively, you had to contend with one of the most dynamic players in the country in Craig Rucker. 200 yards receiving, 8 catches, 4 touchdowns on the day. It's hard to imagine what they would have done without him on the field. How difficult was it to guard against what he was doing?
Well, we talked last week. You look at number 2 on video, and then you get out here today, look at him live eye. He's every bit as what he was advertised to be. And it got down to where he was making plays in all different kinds of formations and motions and running the ball with him, throwing the ball. He's a special athlete. Coach Clifton does a great job setting up the situations to get him in the right places, and we talked about it earlier. You better find him early. Okay.
Turn your attention now to an out-of-conference game. Virginia Lynchburg comes in here next week to wrap up this 3-game homestand. What do you need to improve upon from such a tenacious offensive showing today?
Well, I think what do we have? 1 turnover?
Two. Pick and the muff punt.
I don't count the muff punt. Okay, we had
1 offensive turnover,
we had
1 special teams
turnover. And that was a shot we took. That was a shot play, and I really believe it. And Derek knows this. If he'd got the ball out of his hands earlier, that would have been a touchdown right before the half, and that would have been special. That was what we were looking for, is 1 more shot. So to have 1 turnover, they're listening. They're doing more in hearing. We talked about listening goes to the brain, not just the ear canal. They took care of the football today. They blocked well. We possessed the ball. We had drives that I think that ate the clock up at times. So we're in a position where we are not about leveling off. We can't level off. We've got to get some guys healed up. We've got some, pains and aches just like everybody else this time of year. I had to ask him in the locker room how many games is that. Is it 4-2, 5-2?
5-2.
5-2. Okay, we're good. And seventh game of the season, you're going to have some people bruised and knocked up, and we need to get them healed up. We need to make sure we're improving. We're not in a situation that we can ever not go forward. If you control your own destiny, you got to go forward every day, or you're not going to be able to do that.
Best start of the season to a game?
Best start of the season?
Best start to a game this season.
Yes, no doubt. It was. We scored the first time we had the ball. Mm-hmm. That was strong. The defense held them. We scored again. The defense takes a pick, goes 21-0. Man, I love that. You can coach in those kind of games.
Now, you've always said that when there's a win, it's the players' win.
Absolutely.
When it's a loss, it's the coach's loss. Well, we've got something that the players probably need to split instead of the head coach.
Let me just tell you something. No player will get a hand on those. I promise. I know what those are. Those aren't for sharing at all.
We've got some ham and cheese sliders that Mike Turner is
absolutely
very fond of as part of our pregame
and it
meal.
is. The players do win. That's great for them, but I get the sliders. No doubt.
Mike, pleasure as always. Congrats on a nice homecoming win.
Adam, thank you very much. And, hey, that's a great win for Carson-Newman. Because the weather was perfect. And I think I saw many people over campus, and people were excited about being back and being on campus, and then to have a win like that just tops the day off. That's a great day for us.
All right, man. Thanks for the time.
Thank you, Adam. Appreciate it, bud.
It's Carson-Newman head football coach Mike Turner.